Hey guys, GPF Aki here. I hope you're doing great. Today I wanted to talk about something that's very dear to me, and what it is imperfect start is very relatable. And I will say that in certain context, obviously, like if you're gonna create a medical device or you're gonna create a new drug or something like that, obviously you want to attain all the perfection that you can. But then again, even them, they do clinical trials in order to get to perfection because they know that nothing can be perfect from the get-go. And they raise a lot of money, and people are investing tons and tons of money in those companies knowing that it might not even work, because they just have to have the faith that one of them will work and then it's going to pay off. So my point in all this is that it's better to start imperfectly than to wait to be perfect, because in reality it will never happen. And at the same time, if you're in the influencer type of industry where you're writing posts or you want to produce content for people because you think you have a message, it's even more so important to start when you're not perfect, because people will relate to your imperfection and then understand that you're actually not a machine but a human, or not fake but truthful, and that you're going to be able to speak with your heart and not with a brain that has already pre-wrote something, and you're really reading a script and not making it coming from your heart. As you can see, a lot of times where I speak to you, I have an idea of the subject I want to talk about, but I don't exactly have a format in which I'm going to present my text, because it's coming from me to you directly, and I want you to hear that. Sometimes it might have point forms because that's the way I speak, but the reality is that it's always from my heart to you, and I really want you to see that. And I know it's not perfect, I know it's not the best, but at the end of the day, it's because my heart feels the way it is, and I'm reaching out to you guys to make you understand that you want to start now and not procrastinate for your perfection. And a lot of people are hiding behind the fact that they don't feel confident about the outcome of what's going to come out of it. But the reality is that most people are impressed just by the fact that you started, and impressed not in the sense that you want that from other people to be impressed by you, but impressed by the fact that you actually created the piece of content that you were so waiting for such a long time to create. And once they see it, they're very happy for you, and they're very excited that you did it. um, I'll give you an example of a good friend of mine, and I hope she's listening to that video. But she was invited to be a guest at a women's conference, and she was answering the person and said, well, I'll be very much honored to be present and speak at the conference and share my story when the pandemic passed. And I said, why don't you start today? There's so many people today that are in their home and they don't know what to do. They're listening to social media with not necessarily the best content. They may have stories that have been very much of a struggle, and now they're home and they're even more stressed. And I said, your message needs to be heard today. There hasn't been more people ever connected to the internet right now listening to content, because there's not much more to do for some of the people, and that's where your message needs to hit. So this way, when you get to the life women empowerment conference, you'll already have people that have met you indirectly, and your message will even resonate even more, and they'll come to see you live. And she answered, said, I understand, but I don't know where to start. So the answer is start and do anything. Because today's platform, you can go on Google and learn whatever you need to learn. You can go on YouTube and say how to whatever. You can learn about Instagram, TikTok, anything. There's so many people giving free advice on the internet as to how to create your content, how to post, how to the platform works and everything else. There's not really a reason not to do. And I'm saying that to her because I know she's talented, I know she's gifted, and I know that she can do it. And I'm putting it out there for her to listen, because I'm making that post specifically on the fact that we've discussed that today, and I want her to see, and I want you guys to see that she will be making that post. So it's a message to her, and it's a message to you guys, because I hope the same for you, that you don't procrastinate, especially when it comes down to creating content that's positive and that it can impact a person. Don't worry about the followers, just worry about impacting people, and it will come back to you. So on this note, I wish you a very good day, and please put your content out there to impact people. Start today. Imperfect is okay. You learn and grow one step at a time. Love you all.